Hi and welcome to another episode of ChennaiAICommunity podcast. Let's explore the world of artificial intelligence through interesting conversations. So today we are going to explore the world of product development, and we have a product manager for that. So I would like to welcome our guest for today, Habeeb Rehman. Hi Habeeb.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm doing good. What about you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for taking time and coming today.
Sure.
So with Habeeb, we are going to learn a lot about product development and life of a product manager. So Habeeb, let's get into the podcast. So I would like to know, how did you get into the field of AI?
So initially, I didn't start my career being a product manager. I will be a product manager one day. So I started my career being an academic professor, and that was a time where AI was booming and data science, Python, those things were booming up. So I was a bit interested and curious on how these things will solve real world problems. So I learned on that. I did a course on that. Then I was hired by a company where they were taking care of databases. And then I just want to see how AI is solving real world problems. So then I got into this product management field, AI product management field.
That's an amazing journey from academic professor.
Yes.
You actually transitioned with your curiosity.
Yes.
You got into AI. So a lot of people come and ask this question, how can we get into, we need to have a coding background, all those things. But you are a great example that from academics, you just got into this field.
That's not, it's not an mandatory that you should have a coding knowledge. You should be able to define how those things works, those technologies work. That's enough for you.
That's enough. Amazing. So now you as a product manager, so tell us about what a product manager is.
So product manager is responsible for from end to end, like from he's the one who is bridging the gaps between ideation, business, technology, developers, like multiple stakeholders. So they act as a voice of the customer, voice of the business, and they act as a guide for developers. And the key thing is they have to define the product's vision, and they have to define the roadmaps as per the vision and mission.
So basically, the project managers are responsible for executing the project, but the product manager is responsible for building that product. The overall, like a product owner, literally. Take the entire ownership. What product has to be built? And should it be built or not? Those kind of what features should be included. So this all comes under the scope of the product manager. Okay. Let's talk about why, in first place, product should be there. Why should a company keep building products?
Because the market is evolving, so business has to stay in the market, stay ahead in the curve, so they have to innovate things. Let's take an example like Meta or Apple. So we can see from where they have started and where they are currently. So that can be,
that's the best example, like Facebook or what do you say, Apple or Google, Amazon. As a bookstore they started and where they are today. So
now they are doing an e-commerce company.
Okay, so simple answer is, if you have to stay relevant or be in the industry, you have to innovate. So product has to be developed. Okay, great. So Habeeb, so innovation has to be done. So for that, ideas for product, from where the ideas come? What are the different avenues from where the ideas can come from?
Ideas come from various sources like market, developers, CEOs, and then gut feeling. So if we bring this can do like this. This will give this outcome, and these things will do. Okay,
so basically the internal, from company internals, maybe from a developer perspective also, ideas gets in come in, or by observing competitors that they are doing such features, or also the new technological breakthroughs. From there also it can come.
So innovation.
Innovation can also. So broadly these are some of the categories. So Habeeb, let's say a product manager takes an idea and he goes to the leadership. Not all ideas can be invested and approved. So when they go with an idea to get an approval, so how does that work? How does leadership or the company approve certain ideas? How the journey is?
So ideas can be of two parts, either existing one or not existing one. So existing one in the sense, like competitors might have it, and customer can request it, and then data backed decisions. So these things can be the existing one where we can, it is a bit easier to convince the CEOs and founders or who is the leadership.
So that is basically somebody already having it. There is a lot of data backed decision. Let's say the competitors are having but we are not having, or the new potential customers are going away because we don't have that. Okay, this is easy to convince. Okay, so that's about what is existing. So what about when we are the pioneers?
So in that case, we have to think about how the investment, budget, and then risk appetite.
So basically, a company, how much they are, innovation hungry, how
Yes.
much risk they can take, and
Yes.
how much money and resources they have to put in. So
Yeah.
that depends when new product ideas, when nobody has
new
ever done.
product or new feature, whatever it is.
Okay. So, Habeeb, see, what is the normal difference? Like we have product managers in tech and AI, right? So, what is the difference that you see? Like,
So basically, product managers are technically sound, but
but again with AI, right? The rate at which things are moving so fast, developers has to be updated. Example, if I say like Java, I don't see that the rate at which the AI going is very high. So I'm sure as a product manager for you, you have to keep up with that speed as well, right?
Yes.
So Habib, let's talk about the product development life cycle. Can you list down some stages?
Yeah, so those stages will be like POC, proof of concept, and then prototyping, and then MVP, minimum viable product, and then the alpha, beta versions, and then the launch.
So what is each of this? Like at POC, let's talk with an example.
Yeah, so for POC, let's take an example of simple micro SaaS product like converting an audio file to another audio file.
Okay,
Language,
so like translation, like English to Tamil or English to Hindi or something like that. Okay.
So initially you just upload an audio file and it will get converted. So that will be the proof of concept where this particular concept is possible.
Doable. Okay, possible. Yeah. Okay.
So that is the thing.
POC is the bare minimal thing that we are doing.
Yeah. So
Okay.
where we are finding that the idea is feasible
Can be
and
translated
possible.
or not?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the next? Like prototype, what would that be?
Prototype will be like a basic Figma file and user flow to see how things will go around.
Okay. How basically the aesthetics, UI, and all that. But no features, just
No
clickable.
features, just clicks.
Okay.
That's it.
One is the core part where the translation is built. Other is the UI.
Yeah.
Both are not connected. Nothing is connected. Those are separately existing.
Yes.
So what is MVP?
MVP is a minimum viable product where we release it initially to get the user's feedback.
Okay. So now let's say
How it can be improved.
now the UI is also there. The backend feature is also there.
Yeah.
With minimum restricted features are there. Okay.
So with this, we will have some feedbacks. So based on those feedbacks, we can develop some features.
Okay. So what will be the alpha or beta?
Yeah. So in alpha version, we will be developing the product with the requested features, and we will test it internally.
Okay.
And get internal feedbacks, stress test, all those things will be done.
Okay.
And then moving on to the beta version, where we will select a particular group who are ready to give their feedbacks.
So like early adopters for that.
Exactly.
Okay.
So where they will roll out the particular version for that specific groups, they will provide feedbacks, and then based on that, some bug fixes, improvements will be done, and final stage is launch. So we will roll out to the live world production.
Okay. So Habib, it's an interesting thing, but why this whole process has to be done? Like going from POC, MVP, beta, alpha. Why we do this?
So this is the strategic process of a version product releases. So this strategy is adopted by business to product release is to reduce the risk of failure and increase the success rate. So this is a kind of tried and test method.
So Habib, every product goes through 3 stages, right? It has a growth and maturity and decline. So
Yeah.
can you shed some light on that with an example?
Yeah, there's a great example we can take in as a Dropbox.
Dropbox, yeah. Of course.
So they entered market by offering cloud storage across devices.
Yeah.
You can sync data storage, like you can access the photos in desktop, you can access the photos in mobile. So this is what
It was become a household name actually.
Yeah.
Like back in 2008, I think it was pretty much, it was household. Yeah.
Yeah, that was their key selling point.
Yeah.
So because of that, they acquired a lot of customers as they were the pioneer on that feature.
Correct, yeah.
As time passed by, they also got more customers by referral programs.
Yes,
So
that was a nice, I
Yeah,
remember
so
that.
if you refer a person, you will get 15 GB storage like that, and all they offered.
Nice marketing.
So
detail,
because of that, many of the persons came in.
yeah.
And over the period of time, so this was their growth and maturity. So where they were retaining the current customers.
Okay.
And then what happened? This other players stepped into the market.
Yeah, they started bundling offers.
Google,
and all that.
let's take an example like Google and OneDrive, Microsoft,
Yeah.
where they were giving bundled products. So you give, let's say they were giving storage, their cloud storage, along with mail, sheets and etc. All those
So that's when the decline actually started.
So
See, another example what I can think of is like this point shoot cameras. The digital point shoot cameras.
Yes.
So early back in maybe 2000, early 2000, it was a big thing.
Yes.
Then all the phones started coming with better camera quality. Then nobody's using those cameras.
Yes, that's also a good example.
So that's why let's get into the product development for AI solutions, right? So there are multiple challenges that we encounter. So one of the common challenges is like how do we give the best of the technology and at the same time not make it expensive for like SMB sectors. So what is your thoughts on that?
So it typically depends. So there are various categories of players in the market, like big corporations and well-funded company. So they were ready to shell out some money on providing free subscription, free services for the users. So they won't worry about these things.
Initially, they're not focused on the revenue.
Yeah. Okay. And then coming to the second part is like the company who are not ready with the fund.
Yeah. So they have less resources. So basically, they should compromise on the revenue.
Yes. Initially, their goal will be to acquire customers by providing free. So
basic ROI, if they get the ROI, it should be the minimum starting goal.
Yes.
And then
after that, they can gradually retain the customers and make the money come in.
Okay. So basically, right now, because AI is such emerging technology, first the idea is to give it for free so that people experience it.
Yes.
And then only they're going to convert into paying customers.
Yes. Once they see the product or the service is giving benefits, then they will probably acquire.
Okay. And we should have either the fund to shell out or the resilience to not make margins, but at least give it a ROI.
Yes.
Okay. So Habeeb, what I've been observing and what I'm seeing around is that big corporations, right? They are building AI solutions for non-customer facing areas. Like they are basically testing the waters, mostly for their internal purposes or those business functions for the clients which are not customer facing for them. But whereas startups or even in say freelancers, we are all building solutions for the end customers, right? So what is your thing? Like you see that around what is happening around?
The bigger corporation needs to be conservative because of their scale and
But now let's see. Now see, we as a startups, when we are building for end customers, we have a lot of problems. There is a reason they are conservative. But like for example, LLM has hallucinations, biases, and the impact is huge when they roll out. But we as startups, we are going ahead and doing this. But now what do you see? How do you see these challenges to be addressed, like hallucination and bias?
Hallucination and bias can be addressed by adapting to the different providers, adjusting the temperatures, LLM parameters. So this can be adjusted, and by doing this way, we can neutralize and reduce the risk of hallucination. But we can't bring it to the zero.
Okay, so to summarize, it is like basically LLMs have this temperature feature where you lower the temperature. So it is going to be more accurate, but not so creative. Higher the temperature, it's going to be creative.
Exactly.
And also, I believe there are two ways to it, right? One is the proactive and reactive approach. Like what you said is a proactive approach where we basically, take care of the hallucination by adjusting temperature. What will be the reactive way?
So clients has to be informed initially on this part.
Okay.
Then with the client's consent, we should be able to see and monitor those things, and we should be able to inform clients, and we should be ready to accept what client is also telling.
Okay, so basically it's like if the client, I'm just putting out an example. If we built out a system to give a car price prediction, somebody fills in the make, model, etc. And you enter, it gives the dealer buying price and selling price. Now imagine this. There is a Hyundai Santro. And this model has given 85 lakhs as the buying price. So these kind of things, you are saying that basically the client should either allow the vendors to go through the responses, or they should report. And they should be informed that this is AI. It has a small percentage of hallucination, and you have
there are probability of mistakes to happen.
Okay. So basically, when the client is also in the zone of accepting this is the technological advantage and disadvantage and taking that risk, that's when we can go ahead with that.
Exactly, yeah.
So, I mean, that's interesting. So, what are the other common challenges in this development cycle?
Yeah, so these basically LLM providers, usually what they will do is they will keep on upgrading their API versions.
Yeah,
So because of that, let's say with the reference of version 1, we might have developed an architecture to solve particular scenario. So when this API version is getting updated, the existing function which we are using might have the probability of getting deprecated.
Yeah, because some providers actually don't continue those features.
Yes.
They stop that.
Yes.
Okay.
In this case, what we have to do is we have to spend some time on R&D on seeing how the API have been revised and adopting that API into our backend, changing it to how it should work properly. So those things are a bit more complex. So this is a particular challenge we face.
So basically, APIs and integration and testing are normal standard challenges.
Yes.
Okay. So Habeeb, like a SaaS product, what price when it goes out to the market, when we come with a number? So what are the different factors that is taken into consideration when that pricing is arrived?
There are various and multiple factors are taken into consideration.
Okay.
Let's say software infrastructure, hardware infra, and then resources, and then licenses and subscription, vendors, marketing, sales, all these are taken into considerations. And yeah.
So, it's pretty much like an airline ticket when we say, the fuel cost, the airport parking cost. So basically, like software is no different than that. Like basically it has multiple components. Now when it comes to the resource, okay, it is not, I'm sure it's not just the resources which is past work. The implementation, when you are implementing the SaaS, there is also effort that goes in at that point.
Yes.
And also the post-implementation support.
Yes.
So is all this being considered?
Past,
right?
present and future expenses are also taken into account.
Yeah. Final
pricing is derived. Yeah.
Okay. So let's say there is a new feature requirement that comes. Okay, there are multiple features requirement there. Many will be sitting in the backlog. But what to put in the sprint, what to develop, decisions would be made by the product managers.
Yes.
Okay. So how would you take those decisions? How would somebody as a product manager take those decisions?
So traditional product managers and all the product managers usually use this methodology called Moscow and Race. So they prioritize features based on the categories like must have, should have, could have, and would have.
Okay.
So this is one thing. And then coming to the next part is RISE. Reach, impact, confidence, and effort. Okay. So based on these things, based on the results, we can prioritize what features we have to put in first.
So basically, there is defined methodologies to go with that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Habeeb, now let's talk from a developer perspective. Okay. So developers, what role they play in terms of coming up with the product ideas, and what's your thoughts on that?
So developers play a crucial role on the product.
Okay.
So basically, they are the frontline players, and they are the one who is aware that something technologically feasible, and then something technologically that is better done. Okay. And the second part is they can also actively participate on brainstorming ideas with the product team, and then the customer support team and the product designers.
Because like you said, they keep themselves updated with what is technologically happening. So more than the managers or the CEO, they are on the ground.
Yeah.
So Habeeb, as product manager is one of the client facing roles. So how important, how client relationships are built? How would you see
client
that?
relationships are built on 3 stages.
Okay.
Let's say it begins with the pre-sales team. So where they want, it's a discovery call, where they get to know about us, and we also get to know about them, what they are doing, and they come to know what we are doing. So these things happen.
So basically, multiple teams are involved at this stage.
Sales, marketing, product manager, everyone gets.
So what about the implementation?
Implementation gets in. The team who gets involved in this part is delivery and the product
managers.
So, and then post implementation. So post implementation where there comes in place like a product manager and customer success.
Yeah, these two teams basically.
These two teams will get in place. So they will interact with the client. They will see what all features we can implement, and then where the client can yield much more, where the client can use our products to the maximum
benefits and see the benefits.
Yes.
Okay. So it's basically like a relay. So one player takes pre-sales and comes and gives it to the implementation. Delivery takes pretty much product manager is there throughout.
Yes, he's common in all.
All.
Yeah.
Okay, but other players, other teams keeps moving around. Okay, that's interesting. So Habib, when we are taking these AI solutions out to the market, let's say domestic market or international markets, so how do you see the clients are welcoming this kind of innovative AI solutions?
We can't definitely say that this country is welcoming this product. So to be frank, it's not geographically dependent.
Basically, it's like early adopters everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
There are skeptical persons, there are curious persons, there are persons who don't want at all.
Yeah.
So I come across all these kind of people. Yeah.
Okay, that's true. So Habib, like as a product manager, so if you can say like what are some weird or funny stuff that can happen for a product manager?
Many things will happen.
Okay.
So for a simple example, there will happen like peek and sniff.
Okay.
That will happen. So the person will act as a client and he will ask questions technically. So how will this happen? How are you doing this? By assessing these questions, we will know that this is not a client, this is a potential competitor of ours.
Oh, okay.
Then we will answer accordingly.
So basically, the product manager or sales team, they should be very aware that
yes,
and they are prepared also. They know, they can easily find out.
Yes.
So Habib, I think looks like product manager is a lot of interesting and fun work. So how can one become a product manager?
So it doesn't depend that you should be in a particular field. You can be in any field and you can step into the field of AI or product management. So you can be either a business analyst or you can be a project manager, and you can just.
So basically, it's a welcoming field.
Yeah.
Okay. So any resources or any course or any material you would recommend somebody to?
So what I would personally suggest is there is a course in Coursera.com where Microsoft AI Product Management, where I found it very useful and I have done it.
Okay, nice in Coursera.
So yeah, they start from fundamentals till post and product launch and monitoring. Yeah, that's very clear actually.
So basically, I think the product manager is more of a curious role where it has a lot of interaction points.
Yes.
You are in middle of a business and technology. Pretty much, because you see project manager, they are more on the technology. You see business leaderships, they are more on the business. Product manager is one person who is basically in between these two roles.
Yeah, a bridge
between them. So Habib, for somebody who wants to become a product manager, see, when we heard the word manager itself, people think that it is basically somebody has to be experienced.
Yeah.
But okay, so you tell me your thought. Like, is there entry level positions for a product manager?
Yeah, so product managers are hired in entry level as well. So entry level, like associate product managers, their key responsibilities is to assist the product managers. So they will be reporting to the product managers. They should assist in doing competitor analysis, market research, product vision defining.
So how does this interview look like for a product manager or associate product manager?
So
how's the interview goes?
So the product manager should excel in planning as well as defining the wireframe, the flow.
So for an interview, how long will that be and what will be the process?
So the product manager should be able to design an app from end to end. They should have the capacity and capability.
So you're saying in an interview, this is the interview.
Yeah. So the level one, the round one can be design an app with the required wireframes, define the user stories, personas, scenarios, etc.
And how much time generally?
3 hours.
So literally like an exam, 3 hours you sit, papers are given for people, and they have to do wireframe, they have to storyboard, all that.
All these things will happen. Then comes the second round, where they will point out and ask questions on what you have written, why you have defined this, what's the reason behind this, where they will understand what approach you have done.
And also, I believe that all the technical discussions will happen there where...
Yes, when they ask, such steps is happening. So how will the backend also will work? How these functions will be defined? So these things and API integrations also you should be aware of.
That's interesting. So for anybody wanting to start a career in product management, this is how the interview is going to look like. Alright, so I think there was a lot of fun, interesting product manager deep dive that we had today. Thank you, Habib, for taking time and coming today.
You're always welcome.
So, anything you want to add?
Yeah, so I just want to take another minute to extend something to you. So it was a great initiative that you are taking that I really appreciate it. A podcast called ChennaiAICommunity, where young pioneers who are developing, who are the upcoming pillars, can
Yeah.
have a look, have a glance on these videos, get to know about how AI are booming up. And if they want to commence a startup in AI, they can just see these videos and get to know, gather one-stop solution for all their AI knowledge and business.
And that's possible because of all the guests like you and all our guests
And,
who graciously took time to come here and
I really appreciate the approach, how you approached me to participate in this podcast, and thank you so much.
it's all possible
Yousef.
with all collective efforts.
Yeah.
So thanks again, and thank you everyone for staying with us. As we explore the world of artificial intelligence, let's do it ethically and responsibly. And have a great day. See you in the next episode.